All right, welcome to 4 things about Cleveland cash flow property that no one ever told you, but you need to know. All right, the first thing is if your tenant leaves the garbage cans out, you can and will get fined. A couple of key points about this. The fine is $75 per time. It may have gone up. If you have 30 properties in the Cleveland area, that can add up very, very quickly. Keep that in mind. Cleveland has stepped up the enforcement of the trash can law. Um, you, I know this sounds like a joke, but it's very serious, especially if you have a lot of properties or are looking to buy properties in the city of Cleveland. I don't know if they need money or what's going on, but they've decided this is a revenue source they haven't fully tapped into. So if your tenant is not bringing the trash cans in a timely manner, I believe it's 24 hours, then they will fine you. And of course, the fine goes to the owner of the property, not to the tenant. It needs to be addressed in the lease agreement and managed effectively. You can have that addressed in the lease agreement, so the tenant does take responsibility for it. Getting them to pay for it can be another story, but at least you have covered and protected yourself to the best of your ability. Water is expensive in Cuyahoga County. It has gone way up. There's actually a lot of lawsuits right now going on because the city has dealt with it so poorly, or the county's dealt with it so poorly. So make sure your tenant's paying for water. It's not that hard to do. Sometimes you have to get a little bit creative because the county makes it difficult for you to put the water in your tenant's name. A lot of times they want like a large amount of money put down in escrow, and it's just more hassle than it's worth. So it's just not easy to do. I've seen a lot of investors tack on an escrow fee on top of the rent. So if the rent's $750, they'll say the monthly payment's $825. $75 goes into an escrow account, and that is credited towards the water. Anything over that, and we will invoice you. You can get a management company to work with you on that and help you do that. Why are duplexes worse when it comes to water? Always keep that in mind. It's a lot harder to pass the costs along on a duplex, because how do you know who used what water? Not many duplexes have separated water meters. If they do have those, then you definitely want to take advantage of that, but most do not. Something to think about and take into account when you are dealing with water costs in the county of Cuyahoga. Alright, the third thing is the city of Cleveland does random inspections. Now, that's good and bad. The first thing that you need to be aware of is they can do an inspection whenever they want, but they do not have a POS or a point of sale inspection. Some of you will know what a point of sale is. If you do not, it just means that they have an inspection before title can transfer, and they make you fix all of this random stuff that they deem necessary. The city of Cleveland does not have a point of sale, so it's easier to buy and sell property, but they can do an inspection of your property, and they can require you to fix whatever they deem necessary. So they're going to go through your property, send you a list, and you're going to have to fix everything on that list within a certain time frame, normally six months or so. So the last thing to say about that is you can't really do anything about it, but there's no need for you to be surprised if that does happen. It doesn't happen a lot, but hey, maybe just how they weren't enforcing the trash can law, maybe they will decide that they need to do more random inspections at some point. So it's something that you definitely want to be aware of. The last thing is the numbers don't tell the whole story. Don't rely too heavily on your spreadsheet. Real estate is riskier than people say it is. People say, oh, it's the best investment ever. Yes, it is, if you're very intelligent about how you approach it and the way that you handle it. You can't get sucked in by things that look too good to be true. Yes, there are 20 to 30% cash flow properties, but you need to make sure that you're being smart about the way that you are handling your business. You need an expert looking out for your best interest. You do not need someone trying to sell you their own properties. You need someone who is looking out for your best interest, who cares about a long-term relationship with you. Make sure you have a real estate agent who cares about expanding your understanding of the area and the market, especially if you are not real familiar with this area, or if you're newer to real estate investing in general. Make sure that you have someone who actually cares and will take the time to explain things to you and enhance your understanding of the area. All right, I appreciate you taking the time. Here's my contact information. Please feel free to give me a call with any questions. Thanks.